days I'm planning to conduct one online uh, group discussion, but many of the students are not joining on time, so that's why I'm not able to conduct online group discussion. If I do know, it will be helpful for your placement, I feel.
Yes, ma'am.
Your understanding, actually, in professional communication and ethics, the topics are very simple. But then also, if you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. And no, your third internals is descriptive.
Yes, ma'am.
You're able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
PPT you can see, planning. Now you can see the PPT, or you are able you can see this Google Meet screen. What you are able to see now?
Google Meet screen, ma'am.
Okay. Now PPT.
Yes, ma'am. No PPT.
See, 2 3 times I have sent a message in the group. Still, students are not joining. Okay, I'll start the class. Yes, good morning, students. In last class, we have seen the planning of a presentation. In planning, we had seen occasion, purpose, audience, thesis, material, and we have also seen outlining and structuring. See, outlining means generally when you give a presentation, the first slide will be the details of the first slide is about the topic or the title of the topic and the presenter. And the presenter means the students or the faculty or whoever may be the person who is going to present that particular subject, their name. And if they are doing under any person's guidance, then the name will be there. So that is about the first PPT or first slide. And the second slide contains the agenda or the content or the outline. You can give any name, no? Few will use the word outline, few use agenda, few use content. So it is our wish, whichever the words we want to use, we can use. So what we can see in outlining, what all the topic which we are going to see, what is the topic which we are going to cover in our seminar or in our presentation, that will be included in content slide or outline slide. Here we have, in last class we have seen outlining and structuring. Outlining, yesterday class I had shown you the content of 6 semester project. So there clearly, properly they have done the outline and structuring. Structuring means they have structured how the, you say for example, introduction, how many pages the introduction content should be. Under introduction, what are the things we need to include, everything properly they have given. So that's why I had taken that example. And nuances of delivery also. Yesterday I had started with this topic, in that modes of delivery, memorization and manuscript we have seen in the last class. Next we have extemporaneous in here. So what is this is, what is the meaning of this is, any idea? See here, the extemporaneous is nothing but the expression or how we talk. How we talk. Here, see here without talking or without a verbal presentation. Here what, see, the class is nothing but a verbal communication only, no? Here I cannot take class in non-verbal communication. Non-verbal verbal communication is nothing but just a hand movements or the body movements or the gestures. But here in a presentation or in a presentation, the main thing, it is a verbal communication. Verbal communication means a word usage of words will be there. Usage of words will be there. Here in extemporaneous mode, extemporaneous mode, what we need to, what we'll understand is, whatever the words we talk or whatever the presentation we give, it should be a, it should have a positive impact. It should have a positive impact. And when we start the presentation, with confidence we have to start. With a confidence we have to start and carefully. See here, assume that I have not prepared any ppt. I have not prepared any ppt, just I have read out from the book. And now if I come in front of my students, and now if I start one by one, if I start including the topics in my ppt, will it be a effective presentation? No. So that's why when I come for the presentation, before only I have to prepare with the presentation, the ppts or the slides, whatever the points I am planning to explain in my presentation. Everything should be ready before I come for the presentation. And we have some of the advantages. That is, we'll get enough time. See, my allotted time is 11. See, take example of my class only. My allotted time is 11:50 to 12:50. 11:50 to 12:50, 1 or 2 minutes more or less I can use, but complete 1 hour time will be given for me. Nobody will tell that you will give time only till 12 o'clock. By 12 o'clock you have to complete your presentation. No. Why? Because according to timetable, it is according to timetable they have given that schedule for me. According to timetable they have given schedule for me. So in that schedule I can utilize complete time, whatever the time is allotted to me. So as we have enough time to prepare, and it is, as I told, it is according to timetable. As I told, it is according to timetable. So I know that Saturday 4th hour I have a class, and I know Tuesday 1st hour I have a class. Before only I know when my class will be. Before only I know when my class will be, so that I'll get enough time to prepare for the presentation. Nobody will tell me that today 8 o'clock they come and say me 9 o'clock you have class. No, it is not like that. We are following the schedule. We are following the schedule. According to the schedule only we'll take the class. And here in this extemporaneous mode, here we use, see here, as I told just now, I told, when before I come to the class, I have to prepare with the presentation. I should prepare with the, I should be ready with the presentation. I should be ready with the presentation. Here I cannot come and start typing the point one by one when in my class. Yes, here what the students will think, that madam is not prepared for the class. Now she has come and now she is preparing the PPT. They lose interest. So that's why if and one more thing. See, now students, you can see the PPT now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
See here. Um, I know the, if I explain like this, just nuances of delivery, nuances of delivery, if I don't include these points. Yes, if I don't include these points, see, if I don't include this point, just I know what is the main heading, I don't know what are the sub points, will it be helpful for me to take class? No. No, students, even for the students, it will be difficult to understand under nuances of delivery what are the subtopics. If I come prepared with the material, it may be a book, or it may be some handwritten material, or it may be PPT. It will be helpful for both the faculty and the students. Correct, no? Without any material, without any PPT, I can take class. Without PPT also I can take class. But if I use PPT, then the class will be more effective. If I use only the PPT, if I use only if my presentation is only a verbal presentation, not with any presentation or any course material, or not with any textbook, then it will not be having so much of impact or effect. So that's why here we have to use a supporting material. If I use a supporting material, it will be helpful for me to go to the next point. See here, once I finish this topic here, kind Kinetics, I have taken the next topic. See, if I don't give this as a next topic, then I'll be in a confusion. I will not be so confident to which topic to start next. Now I have a material with me. I have a material with me. After this topic, next which topic I have to start. This material is ready with me, so that for me also it will be helpful to move to the next topic. So these are all the advantages of this mode. And the disadvantages, if suppose if the preparation is inadequate, out of in this nuances of delivery, here delivery modes, here I have 5 modes I have listed out. 5 modes I have listed out. If I skip any point, or if I don't know how to explain about this manuscript, or how to explain about this memorization, then the presentation will not be effective. That's why the disadvantage is, if the presentation is inadequate, we cannot we can get lost, and we find ourselves uncomfortable. Yes, the PPT is not properly formed or properly prepared, then while taking class I'll feel uncomfortable, because the material whatever I need, that is not in a proper way. So I'll be in a difficult position, or I will not be in a comfortable position to take the class. Impromptu. See, impromptu is nothing but, see, when you attend a function, or I'll take example of any inauguration function. Yes, inauguration function you have attended, no? Your MCA inauguration function, first time inauguration function. Yes, students, you have attended, no? So see here, if you observe any functions, first the welcome speech will be there. Correct, no? Welcome speech will be there. Then the presidential address, and blah blah blah, whatever they want to do, a prize distribution, some inauguration, some at the end, vote of thanks will be there. Correct, no? With the vote of thanks, the vote of thanks means we'll understand the session is going to conclude, or the program is going to end. If somebody tell me to give a speech on introduction, then I should be prepared well in advance, because I should know the name of the guest, and I should know the theme of the function, and about the department also I have to know, about the event also I should know. I should know so many information before only I have to prepare. But for vote of thanks, just if you attend the function, if you attend the function, observe whoever talks and what all the things they do in the program. If you just observe and if you just make a note of it, then for easily you can give vote of thank. See, vote of thank is nothing but in vote of thanks what we do. Yes, in vote of thanks what we do. Any idea? Nobody is listening. Vote of thanks ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? See, in vote of thanks, what we do is we, in 1 or 2 sentence, we'll tell the gist of the function and we thank everybody who has attended the function. Correct, no? Means, see, why I am taking this example is to present vote of thanks, we don't need much of preparation. So similarly, in impromptu mode also, when see all these points are helpful for the presentation. With respect to presentation, we are seeing this. So this impromptu mode, in this mode suggests that here we don't use much of words. We don't use much of words. Or you can, like this I can tell, if you attend any of the functions, the duration of welcome speech will be more or duration of vote of thanks speech will be more. Which speech will be more? Please respond. Hedi. Chetana, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
ನೀನು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ವೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳತ್ತಮ್ಮ?
Welcome speech, ma'am. Vote of thanks, we just thank everyone.
We just thanks everybody those who have attended the function. So similarly, in this mode also, here when a person deliver a talk, then he'll not take much of time. Just he'll thank everybody and then he'll conclude his speech. But he'll conclude his speech compared to the person who is giving welcome speech, the person who is giving vote of thanks. Here for vote of thank person, there is not much point to remember. Correct, no? There is not much points to remember compared to the welcome speech person. And here for this mode we have some of the advantages. And see, when you present vote of thanks or when you present welcome speech, whatever may be the speech, your sound should be natural. When you do any presentation, then your voice will break, voice will shake. Did you observe? Suppose first time if you are doing any presentation or if you are scared of your audience, then your voice will shake, no? So whatever the presentation you are giving, see, as we know, we are giving a vote of thanks. Assume that I am giving vote of thanks. As I know I am giving vote of thanks, the meaning of vote of thanks is just thanking everybody. So I know that it will not take much time. So mentally, see, here you think that mentally I'm not so stressed because I like in giving the person who gives speech on welcome speech. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? See, in simple words I'll tell, a person who is giving welcome speech, he has to remember more points. A person who is giving vote of thanks, he'll remember only few points. Just he will give a summary of a event in 1 or 2 lines or in 1 or 2 sentences and he thanks everybody. But a person who is giving welcome speech, then he has to introduce all the persons, everybody, those who are attending the attending the function, and he has to give the introduction of the function Correct, no? Yes, students, you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why here the advantage is, um, as we know before only, the time taken for vote of thanks is less. So we will be more confident while presenting the speech, and we get a chance to express our thought irrespective of what others think or what others say for a particular topic. See, whatever may be the topic, whether it may be vote of thanks or whether it is in welcome speech, we are getting a chance to talk. We should not think about others. If I do any mistake, is generally when we do any speech, we'll be having some scare. If I do any mistake, what the others will think. Iratalva, yes. So that's why whatever the talk we present or whatever the speech we give, we should not have any scare. We should not have any scare. Confidently, we have to talk. And the disadvantage is the presentation lacks organized and developed the ideas because of the shortage of time. Um, the time duration is less. The time duration is less in this mode. So maybe you in the vote of thanks only you would have thought to tell more about the event. More about the event. The time duration is less, so you don't get much time to talk about the event. So there is no supplementary material. Yes, for here they are not getting providing any supplementary material to talk about the topic, and chances of rambling is very high. Various points may hang loose. There is frequent use of vocalized pass. See, these are all the disadvantage of this method. See, next we have kinetics. What is kinetics? Any idea? Kinetics, any idea? Yes, students, kinetics, any idea? Yes, kinetics means, see, if you want, you can make a note. No answer. Don't know what is kinetic. You can take down. See, kinetic is a study of the body physical movement. Kinetic is a study of body's physical movement. It is a way of body communication without words. Yes. Yes, students. See here, when I explain, if everybody switch on your web camera, if all students switch on the web camera, and if I see if all students face, if the students sit like this, you see my webcam. If a student sit like this, then I'll understand that the students are not interested in my class. Or if the student just open the web camera, because I told you should open you should not off your web camera. I have given the instruction, but without listening my class, if they look at their phones, if they look at their phones, then what will understand? See, there orally they are not telling anything. The oral conversation is not there, but the body movement is there. They are that student. Some students have kept hands like this. Some students are sitting like this. Some students are watching phone or seeing phone. There, the oral communication will not be there, but because of their body movement, I am understanding something. So they are giving some message. Yes, without the oral presentation, without the verbal communication, you can I'll put it like this: without verbal communication, they are giving some message. They are giving some message. What message they are giving? They are not interested. Or while explaining, if my students nod head like this when I explain some topic, then what I'll understand, the students are understanding whatever I am explaining. Correct? No, the students will The students are understanding whatever the topic I am explaining. So they are not talking orally. The oral communication is not there. The verbal communication is not there. By their body movement only, they are giving some message. Correct, no? By their body movement, they are giving some message. In kinetics also, here the oral communication, the verbal communication will not be there. It is a study of the body movement. It is a study of body movement by the hand movement, by the hand movement or the body movement or by the gestures. Will understand what the message they want to communicate with us, or what the listener want to communicate with us. Is understood what is kinetics? Here, the study of the body movement. The oral communication will not be there. By their expression, body expression only, will understand what they want to explain or what they want to tell. Some of the guidelines for effective delivery. Some of the guidelines. So there are two types of elements. One is verbal element and the non-verbal element. See, verbal means what? The oral communication. Non-verbal is non-verbal is, in non-verbal there is no oral communication, just a body movement, gestures will be there. Just a body movement and the gestures will be there. And first we'll understand in verbal element word pictures. Word pictures. What is word picture? Graphical representation. Instead of writing a whole story, if I show or if I give the same message with the picture or with the photo, then it will be more effective. Correct, no? It will be more effective. Suppose if I want to know the result of each semester in a particular academic year. In this academic year 2021, what is the result of first semester, third semester and fifth semester? If I give a paragraph of information, that is one way. The other way is give a graphical representation. Give a graphical representation like in graph, how many FCDs, how many second class, how many first class and how many failures. So I'll get a clear idea in graphical presentation. Correct, no? Instead of reading a paragraph of information, I feel comfortable in seeing a pictorial representation. Correct, no? Correct, no, students? And it will not take much time also. The reading a paragraph of information takes more time compared to the graphical representation. This is one way of effective presentation. Instead of giving a words of information, if you use a picture, then it will be more understandable and it is less time consumption. Warm words. See, when we use words, whatever the words we use while talking, we should be very careful. We should not use harsh words. See, if I tell you to submit assignment, assume that 1st June was the last date to submit the assignment. Few students, if they don't submit up by 6th also, if they don't submit, then I have to use words like yakappa, yakat submit madila, yakamaya, yak submit madila, like that. This is a good way of using warm words. Yake submit madila. What impact will be there? Correct, no? That is a usage of harsh words. So when we use any words in our talking, we should be very careful. Yes, definitely my students are very young compared to me, but there is some proper way of talking. Correct, no? Nanang matadre yen reply kodtira? Students, tell me. Yake assignment submit madila anta yargaru kelidre yen ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? How you feel? ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕಮ್ಮ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ? ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್? ಸಿ, ಮಾತಾಡೋದೇನು 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್?
Yes, ma'am.
So here the usage of words are very, very important. So this is also one mode of effective delivery, or this is also one guideline in effective delivery. So we have to use a warm words. Smileys and metaphors. See, when you message somebody, then you use smileys, correct? No? Thank you with one smile, hi with one smiley. But will you use the same smiley when you send any mail to a person? ನನ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಎನಿ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟು HOD, ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. When you send a mail to your friend, will you send any smiley ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಮೇಲಲ್ಲಿ?
No, ma'am.
ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ when you send a message, WhatsApp message, ಅವಾಗ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Here, through technical presentation, we do not require use of smileys or metaphors. So similarly, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, when we are talking technically, we don't use this smileys or metaphors. But when we talk casually, that time we use smileys and metaphors. Try the following metaphors in your speech. As flexible as an epic, as cold as outer space. See, these are all some proverbs tara. So proverbs tara, we can use these words in our communication. They are telling as profitable as gold mine. Some proverbs they have given. So this, if you want to use in your communication, you can use. Next we have impact of words. Just now I gave one example. If my students are not submitting assignment on time, then how I have to talk? Politely I have to talk. Though they are my students, I should not scold anybody. Yes, they are submitting little late the assignment. I can reduce 1 or 2 marks, but the way I talk, I should not cross my limit. Yake submit madilla, like that I should not talk. So impact, whatever the words I use in my talk, they put more impact on me. ನನಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ? So that's why the usage of words is very much important, because the impact of words will be there. Smooth flow. ಎಸ್, ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಸಮ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನೋ ಹುಷಾರಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಸಮ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ talk harshly, if I talk rudely, then there will not be a smooth flow of communication. Correct, no? Then there will not be a smooth flow of communication. So that's why the usage of words are very much important. So this is all about the verbal elements. Next we have non-verbal element. What is non-verbal element? ಇವಾಗ ನಾನ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, here the words will not play a role. Here your representation plays a role. Here the body language. How the body language? Your formal dress. Yes, ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Yes, okay. So wear a formal dress and use simple accessories. You know, our faculty's dress code is sari. You know that, no? So why they have made? Because there is some discipline is there. Some rules they have made. So we have to follow those rules. So that's why what they have told, you have to come in formals. That is formal dress code. The formal dress code for ladies is ಸ್ಯಾರಿ. ಸೊ ಯೂಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜುಮ್ಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ದೆನ್ ಫೈನ್. Then daily, then students will not listen class only. Oh, madam ಏನೋ ಹೊಸ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ they'll concentrate. ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ yes students? Yes, when you come to the class, when we come to the class, we should be in a formal dress and use simple accessories. Take care of your personal hygiene. ಹೈಜಿನಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇವಾಗ ಹೈಜೀನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹೈಜಿನಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋ ಥರ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಾ? ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೆ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು 4-5 ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇವಾಗ. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕಮ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್, ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೇಸ್, without a preparation, if I come to the class, the students will join for class? No, they'll not join. So that's why use facial expression is very much important. We should have an interest and we should have an enthusiasm in the class, and we should have an eye to eye contact. See, you're understanding now. Previously what we have seen, that is a verbal communication. This is a non-verbal communication. Illi nav ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. By seeing our body language, ನಾವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ we are giving some message to the students. Correct, no? We are giving some message to the student. That is our dress code, our accessories, our interest, enthusiasm. By seeing that, and eye to eye contact, all this should be there in the non-verbal communication. Visual aids in presentation. So how the presentation should be, visual presentation should be overhead transparency. See, overhead transparency means whatever the topic I cover, it should be transparent. Lodi, you can observe now, students. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Overhead transparencies.
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಟು ಸಿ.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, correct, no? See, if I reduce still more, then it is difficult. So that's why when we do a presentation, use large font, avoid decorative fonts. What he's telling, you have to use a large font and you avoid decorative fonts. Decoration in bada, normal agi, simple. Yes, in overhead transparency, use large fonts, avoid decorative fonts. Separate the transparency using a sheet of paper. See, here we are not using any. See, here in visual aids, they are not talking only about the PowerPoint presentation. When you write a notes also, whatever you write, that should be clear. So that's why separate the transparency using a sheet of paper and keep transparency uncultured. So we should maintain our transparency in all the points. Show only the required information. See, when you do a PPT, simply you should not add all the points. Whichever points are feasible, whichever points are needed in your presentation, use only those points. Use only those points. Next we have PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint presentation, check the computer. See, now we have come to PowerPoint presentation. See, in this first point, we are talking about presentation means it may be a Blackboard presentation or it may be your notes also. Some information you are presenting. Correct, no? Some information you are presenting. It may be your notes also. It may be your notes also. And now we are seeing PowerPoint presentation. Check the first, before you start your presentation, first check whether the system is on or not. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಡೂ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? Without internet, can I do online class? No. So before I start with my class, I have to check with the internet whether the internet is working or not. So similarly, before I do a presentation, first I have to check whether my system is ready to work or not, and familiar yourself with the operation of the slides. See, I have prepared the presentation, so that's why I know what will be the next slide. ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, somebody would have prepared the PPT, and if I just download and if I come and start explaining, then I don't know what will be the next point. Assume that if you are not understanding here, maybe it may be explained in the next slide. Avaga, that time what I say, that I'll tell in the next page or next slide I tell. If I just downloaded the PPT and if some student asks doubt, then I'll not be in a position to explain that. Correct, no? So whatever the points or whatever the presentation you are doing, you should be familiar. Okay, fine. If you have downloaded, at least you read before coming to the class. Before coming to the class, you read the PPT and then you come and attend, present in the class. Transfer your file to the hard disk. Sometimes because of internet. See, these are all very simple common points which we face in daily life. But here, the same thing they have explained in this subject. So what he is telling, transfer your file to the hard disk. Why? Sometimes your pen drive may not work. Sometimes because of internet, your mail will not open. So that's why they are telling transfer your file into the hard disk. Be familiar with the operations of a slideshow. You yaro slideshow madirtare, effect kotirtare. Before you start your class, you should be familiar. Keep a printed copy of slides. So for the safer side, keep the printed copy of the slide. Next we have Blackboard and whiteboard presentation. So suddenly before you start the class, the Blackboard or the whiteboard, whatever the board you are using, it should be clean. ಯಾರೋ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ರಬ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ರಬ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The students will be in confusion. So that's why the very much important thing is the Blackboard should be clear. You should not have any marks on that. Write larger letters. You have to write larger letters. Stand to the side as you write. Bharat Takshna, you have to go to side. If I write and if I stand there only, what my students will see, what they'll understand. They cannot see if I stand in front of board only. Once I finish writing, then I should go side. Do not face the board while talking to the audience. Yes, when you're talking to the audience, when you're talking to the students, you should not turn to the board. You should turn towards the students or the audience. Flip chart. Divide the board into columns and write legibly. So in flip chart, divide the board in columns. Either one column or two column, divide it in a column. Keep content which you may want to refer to again. So suppose some points will be there, so you have to keep the content which you want to refer. Once again, if you want to explain that, don't erase or don't remove from the chat. It should be there. Use different colored marks. Here for heading, I have used here green color, and for the content, for the subtopics, I have used here black color. So similarly, when you do presentation or when you use a flip chart, then you have to use a different color. I think if you observe, when you plot a graph according to month or according to year, for each month or for each year, it will take different colors. Correct, no? It will take different colors. So use different color marks. Write large letters. So these are all the points you have to remember in a visual aids. Chromics, I'll do it in the next class. Students, you are understood? Clear with the points? Yes, students, understood? Any doubts? Any doubts, students? Respond.
No, ma'am.
Okay, understood all the topics? Okay, I'm ending my class. Bye, take care.